Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love, and this week I would like to talk about if and when you should have the talk. You know what I'm talking about. And this podcast is directed towards women. Why, you may ask? Well, I don't know about you, but I've never heard a guy say, "When should I have the talk?" Guys they just don't say that. Whereas I've heard almost every woman I know, plus the people that write in, asking, "When should I have the talk?" So I'm going to read a brief email, and then we're going to figure out when to have this talk. Okay, so she says, "I've been dating this guy for about 4 months. At first, he was doing all the right things in terms of helping me to feel happy and confident in our present and our future. However, now I feel like he's being a bit cool and distancing himself. I'm feeling very hurt, let down, and neglected." Uh-oh, someone's in trouble. "He didn't contact me on Saturday, and there's been a definite temperature cooling change in how he treats me. I feel like I need to have a conversation with him to understand how he's feeling and what he wants, and to communicate that I'm hurt, let down, and neglected. I think that without talking to him directly, I'm condoning his behavior, and I'm not letting him know that I need him to be different with me if it's going to work out. What should I do?" So if you've heard any of my other podcasts, you know that I talk a lot about interest level. And the thing is, you cannot make a man more interested in you by not approving of or not condoning his lack of interest. So he's either going to be interested or he's not. You can't make him love you or be more interested by telling him to, which is basically what the discussion would be when you're asking, what's going on or what's going to happen with our future, which is basically the talk. It's like, where's this headed? So you have to raise his interest level. You have to build attraction, and then you have a talk. But the funny thing is, by that time, you won't need to have a talk because he'll be, quote unquote, behaving correctly. The higher someone's interest level is, the more they'll be doing the things that you want them to be doing without even having to say anything. And the lower their interest level is, the more you'll be doing the things that you don't want them to be doing, and you'll feel like you need to have the talk, but their interest level is already low, so having the talk is not really going to do anything except push them away. So think about how you initially attracted him. Did you sit down with him and have a logical discussion and give him all the reasons why he should be attracted to you? I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm classy, I'm a hard worker, I'm honest, I'm faithful, and so, I really think that you should fall for me. And then did he go, yeah, you're right, you're all those things, and those things are all good qualities to have in a woman, so, okay, yes, I will be attracted to you, and yes, you will be my girlfriend. No, that's not how it works. You can't talk someone into giving you more attention or treating you a certain way, just like you can't talk someone out of treating you a certain way. I don't believe it's ever a good idea to express anger or hurt or neglect over someone's behavior, because it is what it is. If anything, just take it as information. So you can certainly get upset in the privacy of your home or with your friends or family, but don't express it to the guy, because again, he's just giving you information as to what his interest level is. So if usually you saw each other every weekend and now you're not going to see each other this weekend, it's like, okay, someone, is he backing away or what's going on? So you just kind of file that away in your mind. You make a mental note. And you kind of keep track to see where it is, and you adjust your behavior accordingly. Kind of like if you're sailing, not that I know a lot about sailing, but let's say you need to go north. So north in this case would be, let's say, a commitment. And the wind is blowing in a certain direction. Let's say it's blowing northwest. So you are adjusting your sails to go north. And then all of a sudden, the wind starts blowing from another direction. And you don't say, "Hey, wind, first you were blowing in one direction, and now you're blowing in the other direction. What the hell? I need to go north here. What are you doing?" No. You don't talk to Mr. Wind. You adjust your sails, right? So you just keep on going as the wind changes, as the world turns. You adjust your sails, And slowly, slowly, you get to where you're going. You get north. And so that's what you do in your dating life or in your relationship. You see what he's up to and you adjust your behavior accordingly. So let me give you a personal example. I was dating someone a while back, and we would only see each other once a week because of time, and usually it was on a Sunday. So now we hadn't seen each other for a week, and it was Sunday. So silly little me, I actually thought we were going to see each other that day. And then he said that, well, I'm really busy and I have to do laundry. And I thought, okay, interesting. And I said, okay, but he could tell from my expression, because we were on Skype, that I was not happy. So he ended up coming over anyway, but he told me that he did because he was afraid I was going to break up with him because he had seen my expression. And if he hadn't come over, actually, I just would have adjusted my behavior. I would have adjusted my sails, so to speak. And so instead of him being a priority, he would now be an option. I would have no longer expected to see him every Sunday. My attitude would have shifted to, you know what? I'll see you when I see you. And so until you build attraction and have the person not even think about not seeing you, it's like, are you kidding? It's Sunday. We are definitely seeing each other. No, we're definitely seeing each other this weekend. So all you can do is show up, be your best self, be happy, and be fun, which is what everybody is looking for in dating, yes? And go from there. And if that's still not good enough, if he's still pulling away, then all you can do is pull away. And if you're exclusive, you can have a talk with him and say, you know what, something's not right here. I feel instead of getting closer, we're pulling away. So if it's going to be like this, that's fine. That's not a problem. But then in that case, I prefer not to be exclusive. So you can still see him, but now you're not going to be exclusive. And see what happens. Because sometimes people want to do the slow fade. So let them. You want to be with someone who wouldn't dream of seeing you as often as they could and would always rather see you than do their laundry. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, please contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. Be sure to use the form on that site. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would really appreciate it if you would rate and review the podcast. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.